Hi everyone, my name is Allie Huss. I am a program coordinator for Health Core here in Phoenix, Arizona, and what we do at Health Core is we educate you on nutrition, physical activity, and mental health. So what we're going to talk about today is the sugar content in different drinks, how to physically measure the sugar in your favorite drinks, and then how to make infused water as a healthier alternative. So to figure out how much sugar is in the drinks that we're drinking, what we want to look at on the nutrition label is total sugars. Total sugar on the nutrition label includes both natural and added sugars. Natural sugars are all the sugars that are found in foods like fruits, while added sugars are white sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and other sweeteners. The first thing we want to do is determine the serving size on the nutrition label. So that's going to be found at the very top of the nutrition label. The second step is finding the servings per container. So this is located right underneath the serving size. Step 3 is finding the grams of sugar per serving. So that's located right underneath the carbohydrates here under total sugars. So step 4, we want to find the total grams of sugar in the whole container. So how we're going to do that is we're going to take the total grams of sugar per serving and multiply that by the number of servings. So step 5, we're going to convert grams to teaspoons. So how we do that is we take the total number of grams of sugar and divide it by 4 to get the total number of teaspoons of sugar. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure out the amount of sugar in an average soda. And this is really helpful because sometimes it's easier when we can physically see how much sugar is in a drink. So here I have a container full of white sugar, and then I have a teaspoon in a clear glass jar. So we know that the average soda has about 40 grams of sugar. So what we're going to do is we're going to divide that number by 4 to get the number of teaspoons that we want to measure out. So if we divide 40 by 4, we know that this is 10 teaspoons. So if we go ahead and measure out 10 teaspoons, this will help us physically see how much sugar is in a can of soda. So 7, 8, 9, 10. So the reason it's so important to know how much sugar is in what we're drinking is because sometimes the sugar in drinks sneaks up on us pretty fast. And a lot of sugar is associated with type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and other chronic illnesses. So that's why we're making infused water today, so that this is a lower sugar, healthier option for you versus soda. So we're going to make 3 different infused waters today. We're going to start with a cucumber mint for more of a refreshing infused water. We're also going to make an orange blueberry basil for something a little bit sweeter, and then we're gonna make a cucumber lemon lime water for something a little bit more like lemonade. So I have my ingredients here for the infused waters, and I already went ahead and rinsed everything off, which is the first step when you're dealing with any sort of fruit, vegetable, or produce. So for each ingredients today, I have oranges, lemons, and limes, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to slice these and make sure that I remove the rind to get rid of any sort of bitter flavor. I also have blueberries, and all I did was I went ahead and rinsed those under some cold water. And I did the same with the strawberries. And with the strawberries, what we're also going to want to do is cut these into smaller pieces because that's going to help with the flavor. And then I also have cucumbers. All I'm going to do with the cucumbers, I'm just going to slice it into smaller pieces. And then some herbs. So we have basil, mint, and thyme. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to pluck those and put them right in the water to infuse. So I'm going to go ahead and slice the cucumber. I'm going to slice these pretty thin so I can get the most out of the cucumber. So I'm going to only use just about half of it today, but the more cucumber you use, the stronger the flavor. And then I'm also going to go ahead and grab the mint. So a couple sprigs of mint. Again, the more that you use, the stronger the flavor. And all we're going to do is we're going to place our ingredients in the jar. It's a really big jar, so maybe I should have done more. I'm gonna break off the mint. So our second infused water is orange, blueberry, and basil. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna slice the oranges. I'm gonna slice them in half because the smaller the pieces, the more flavor. And like I said, you can choose to remove the rind if you want. Today I'm just gonna leave the rind on. I'm gonna set the oranges aside. Then we're gonna break off the basil into smaller pieces for a stronger flavor. We just have the blueberries, which are already ready to go. And we're just gonna put all of this into the water jug. You don't even need a water jug. You can also just use like a mason jar or a smaller glass too. And that's it. That's all it takes for orange basil blueberry water. And now we're going to move on to our third and final water. So we have lemon, lime, and cucumber for the last one. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice each of the fruits. I've never tried the lemon, cucumber, lime, but I found it online, which is where you can find a lot of infused water recipes, and it looked really refreshing. So we're gonna try it. I really don't think you can go wrong with anything. You could probably throw most fruits together and it would taste pretty good. And also infused water, so it lasts, I would say maybe 2 days max. After that, like the produce, I guess it depends on what you're using, but sometimes starts to go kind of bad, so you don't want to leave it in the fridge for too long. All right, and then the next step is we're just gonna fill the jugs with water, and then we're gonna set them in the fridge, let them sit for a few hours, and let them infuse. So we're just gonna go ahead, pour the water. And that's it. So our infused waters are all ready to go. So I'm really excited to try this infused water. I drink this at home. It's a really easy alternative to even plain water. It gets boring sometimes, so just a really easy way to add a little bit more flavor. Thanks to Urban Farming Education and Health Corps. Go ahead, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on social media, and thanks for watching.